Hey there, Wendy here with Jazzydoodledesigns. And oh my gosh, I think I lost my mind. I went on a fine liner craze and I reviewed 5 sets of fine liners. So I'm going to show you a quick, on the haul because you might not have seen any of the other ones. And I'll link them in the description box below. But let's get rid of this stack and let's chat. I did get some good books too, so we'll be talking about those as well. So let's go. Okay, first up, I am not going to delve into any detail about these because I did a review of every set of fine liners that you're going to see today. There's a full review on the channel, plus a like a roundup where I show them all in relation to each other and talk about the pros and cons of each, and then an additional color along where I use them in the Mynorrhiza Dirge Africa. So there's lots of information. But I did get the 60 Tri Plus fine liners from Staedtler. I do recommend these. They're fantastic. They are a little pricier in terms of fine liners, but I have to say they will last you and they're of good quality. Next up, I'm just doing these in the order that they were on the box. This is the Heathrow fine liner pens. These are a budget-based pen. They're like 15 cents a pen. This is how the box came. It was shipped in an envelope, so packaging was a fail. But overall, for the price, I felt like the Heathrows were good markers. They do not have a name or a number. That's probably, and you can't buy them open stock. And, the packaging is crap. Next up were the Stabilo .88 Arty set of markers. I really like the Stabilo brand. I have the bigger .68, which is more of a broad tip, like a 1.0 marker, which I've had for probably 10 or 15 years. Absolutely love them. They do have a number on them, which is very helpful, and they are beautiful markers to work with. They are on the pricier side. Next up was Shuttle Art, and this is the box that they came in. They're 100 fine liner colors. I felt like these were great pens to work with one exception. The lids, for me, were extremely hard to get off. I'm hoping that over time they will get a little easier. I will say when I used them on my project where I was only using a couple, it wasn't that bad because I was only struggling, I had to struggle. I opened it and then I was done, right? But when I swatched them, by the time I was done, I had deep indentions in my hand from trying to push the, push down on them to get the lids to seat. And I am not someone that has problems with hand strength, As I jokingly said in the video, I can open my own pickle jar most of the time. So if that is a concern, I would be cautious with these. But as far as the number of colors, they're like 39 cents a marker. The price is good, and maybe it's even a little cheaper than that. They were the second cheapest markers, and you get a great selection, and they were nice to use. So that is that. The last set of fine liners is the Arteza Iconic. You get 120 of these pens. I would open them up, but none of these have them in them because I put them in a binder because that's how I do them. My initial thoughts on these, first of all, they won the packaging. It was boxed beautifully. It had an outer wrapping, plus it was in a box with paper. It was fantastic. it has a triangular barrel, which I don't usually love. I will say though, when I used them on the project, the pointillism project that I did, I really enjoyed working with them, and I really enjoyed the color choice. With 120 pens, these are the broadest range, and they're cheap too, relatively speaking. It was $46-ish for the 120, putting them in the 35-cent range, something like that. So I was really pleased with these markers. Okay, I backed you out a little bit. I wanted to show you what I did with all said markers. Now, the Artezas, actually, I lied. They are in here. I have not numbered these yet, and I haven't decided what to do with them. I normally don't keep them in tins. I much prefer to use them in cases, because sometimes I like to go out to my couch, or if I go on vacation, I may want to bring them with me, and this gives me that option. This is a humongous case. I have another one just like this that I put my Prismacolor and my Polychromos in, and then I have like one back sleeve still open where I put spares, like an extra white, or when I see that a Prisma is running low, I'll buy a replacement and stick it in the back. But these are really nice cases. I think they're around 30-ish for them. But I number all of my pins. So here are the Shuttle Art in the color family order-ish. And then going into the Stabilos, once again, in rough color family order. And then the Tri Plus. Note that the Tri Plus only fits 2. And I think a lot of it is because of the lids. You know, I guess if you put, and because they have a triangular barrel. Because they're all 4mm. These are actually a 3mm, or a 0.3, I should say 0.3. But I don't find a difference in terms of line size. It's so small you wouldn't even notice it. So I thought I was going to be able to get possibly even the Artezas in here. But what I found is because I only could do 2, I'm not going to have enough room for that. So I haven't decided what to do. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Heathrone, which are in my Shuttle Art box. And I don't have the Arteza Iconics in here. I would really love to have them all together in one binder so that I can just, you know, look through my colors and find the fine liner I'm looking for. I even thought I would consider tackling putting all the colors in color family order. You know, like for example, I might have this one right next to this one or something like that. So, but that's a humongous project, and I don't know that I want to do that. So, we shall see. I'm kind of a if the mood strikes kind of girl, but I do like that they are all in this one case. It's a very nice case. They're exactly like, they make these in a smaller case. This is a brand that I use a lot in, you know, for all of my pencils. So here's one that I have my Brute Pruners in. And it's the exact same case, only this one's designed for like, I don't know, 200 or something like that, as opposed to this one is 300 and something. But anyway, so I got that. Next up, I was in Michael's and I saw this one. It's the Mythographic Crystal Kingdom, Veronika Kolinska, and I don't know. I think I like coloring crystals, so it's kind of interesting. There's some really neat pictures in here. If you'd like me to do a flip through on the channel, let me know. But I couldn't resist. So, and for some reason, and they had like a 20% off everything not on sale. Normally it does not apply to books. For some reason it applied to this book. I have no idea why. Maybe somebody mismarked it. I don't know. Next up is Doggy Doodles by Angela Gonzalez. This is a very whimsical, cute book with the big eyes. She has another book with sea creatures. I have it. She has another one, this one, Sea of Colors. I haven't colored in it, but it is also super cute. These are the kind of pages I like doing when I need to cleanse my palette from, you know, like I did a Kirby Roseanne's, or I did something like a mythographic where it's, you know, detailed, or a 2-page spread where you just spend a lot of time and you just need what I call a palette cleanser. So I got this one, and I want to say Amanda Colors, and I will check, and if it's so, I will put it down below, but I believe Amanda Colors is doing like a joint color along type of thing on this book. So keep that in mind. Next up is this book. My mom had an appointment the other day, and I had some time to kill. So there was a thrift store nearby. So I went to the thrift store and I found these 3 books. Stained Glass Mandalas, Coloring Book Cafe, Chaos, Satisfying Patterns Coloring Book, and 101 Mandalas Coloring Book. And they're like brand new, but I got, this one was $3.99, and it was like, you know how they have colors that are on sale? So I got, this one was $2.99, and this one was $2.99, but they were all like half off because it was, you know, yellow half off day or whatever. And so what would that be? 6, 7, 8, 9. So I got all 3 for $4.50. So while these aren't my normal coloring style, I thought they would be kind of fun to play with. I think I'm going to try using like the fine liners in these. I think that that could be a lot of fun. But this, you know, more mandalas than I can do in a lifetime. I also like testing things on mandalas, so I may give it a whirl. The only problem is because it has the black on the back, like, how am I going to be able to see if it bled through? So that's probably not so helpful. This one's called Chaos, and it is just random patterns. You could do like some Zentangle in these, or I don't know. I think these are fun for when you just want to mindless color, to block color, to just, I don't know, try something different, try a new technique, that kind of thing. But for the price, I couldn't resist. And then this stained glass one. And I do want to do some experimenting with the stained glass because that could be really fun, I think. I think you could get a really fun look. And this is another one where I could test, because some of these are mandala-like, but I could test whether or not it bled through. So I'm excited about those. Okay, the last thing I got, I am super excited about it. I saw this on Addicted to Coloring. Her name is Zoe, and she has a channel on YouTube, so I encourage you to check her out. I saw these adorable little critters, and I couldn't resist. So what it is here are all the main characters you're going to see. So it's kind of like Makiko Inatomi's book, where you see the same little critters throughout the books. It's kind of like that. But each page folds up, and then you have things that you look for. So a bear decorating his den with beautiful flowers from the woodland. So here's the bear, and he's decorating his little den with wildflowers, right? So you look for each of these items and you color it. And if that isn't cute enough, then there is a book called If You Go Down to the Woods Today, and there's another one called Grand Old Oak, and they have inspiration. They have the pages already colored for you. So here's one called Bunny's Birthday. And in this book, here's Bunny's birthday. So you can see, like these little bunnies here are these little bunnies here. Can you see that? So our page cuts off about here, so we don't have this part of the page. But we have the little raccoons walking down the staircase. Here we are. And so it's kind of a segment of the bigger book. But then you can look at this and see, well, they colored the couch green, and you can duplicate it if you'd like. So I thought this was really fun, and I thought it would be fun to color maybe for the grandkids. You can tear each of these pages out really easily, or you can keep them in the book. But I thought that was kind of fun. Now, this book, If You Go Down to the Woods, has quite a few of the pages. If I had to remember, it was like 9 or something like that. And then the Grand Old Oak has like only 4 or 5. So I just went ahead and got the one. And then I thought I would see how much do I really enjoy coloring in it. Because while it's super cute and the paper is really good quality, it's it almost feels like watercolor paper a little bit. It looks like it would be lovely to work on. But these are tiny little things to color. So if you really like detailed coloring, like Winterthorn, is that what it is? Winterthorn? I think that's what the name of that book is. If you like something like that, this might be right up your alley. If your eyesight isn't the best or your hand is kind of shaky, it may not be. However, I will say when things are this small, mistakes aren't as noticeable. So it's really what you enjoy working with. But I got these books. I am going to do a flip through on the channel of them just because I think they're so unique. I think it's fun to showcase. So look for that in the upcoming days. And as always, I appreciate you watching. And until next time, take care. Thank you for watching another video from Jazzydoodledesigns. If you enjoy adult coloring content, please consider subscribing. You can now find me on Instagram and Facebook as well. I welcome all comments and suggestions. Don't forget to like the video before you go. And until next time, take care.